Okay, so hold up, let me just fix this. Okay, so I was gonna do what if Deku was how to illusion work part 2, but I'm recording with a different phone, so I'm deciding to do a what if I've been wanting to do for a long time, but didn't know if I had the capabilities to do. I'm gonna record like 3, maybe 4 videos and have them on a timer to go out. Like this one is gonna go out automatically, and then I'm gonna set one on a timer to go out tomorrow, and then probably another one right after that if I'm still in the mood to record. Anyway, this video is what if Deku is a villain, and I might call it what if Deku is an isekai villain, because Deku is going to get isekai'd, but he's still going to be in the My Hero Academia world. So let me explain how that's going to happen. Deku is in like the same planet that we are, Earth, like our Earth. He isn't in My Hero Academia universe. He's in regular Earth, no magic, no nothing, no quirks, and he's living a regular anime life, basically a talk life. All he does is read anime. He does great in school, even though he sleeps during class like every time. He has a decent friend group, but they all bully him. Like his friends bully him, his mom abuses him, his dad is a drug addict, and like his life is basically, well, his life was okay because he had to escape, which was his grandma. But then at the age of 12, his grandma died. And then he just, that kind of just made him say, forget living, I'm done. And he just fought through it and said, well, when I get to college, I can move out and move away and be done. So he tried to just like survive, survive through the bullying, all the trauma, all the abuse, all like the drama of his life. But one day he sees this little girl, and she's just walking through the street with the biggest smile on her face. And then she walks across the street, a car, like actual, let's say, like a sports car is speeding. And Deku knows that if he runs, he has enough time to run and push the little girl out the way, but he won't be able to make it. And Deku doesn't care about his life. But what happens when he pushes her, he grabs onto her arm, and she falls back. Like he did push her out the way, but she falls back onto him, and the car kills both of them at the same time. And the little girl is going to be Eri. That's why Eri's in the picture. And then there's Deku in the picture. And basically what happens is Deku's reincarnated as Izuku. Let's give Deku a random name. Let's give him like his world name and then his regular anime name. His world name would be Kai Tachabani. Yeah, that's his name. Kai Tachabani was his regular Earth name. So he gets transferred into a newborn baby called Izuku Midoriya. And his quirk is... Actually, I'll keep that a secret for now. We all know Aries quirk. It's literally just the ability to rewind time on people, but it's going to be a little bit different, which I'll keep that a secret for later too. Actually, no, Aries has 2 quirks. I'll keep one we already know is the ability to rewind time, but there's another one which will fuse with her quirk and making it just a little bit different. But we can save that for later. Let's get into Deku's story, and then we can switch over to Eri's story and how Eri and Deku are going to meet up. again. So the little girl knows Deku tried saving her, and she's like really happy that he tried, and she thinks that like she's in Deku's debt. Deku tried saving her life. It's not his fault that he couldn't let go because he panicked. He seen this car running after him, and he moved without even thinking. So when he grabbed on and pushed her out the way, his body just like fell back, and it made her slip, and she fell too, making Deku's death kind of pointless, kind of like almost every isekai. Just a pointless death, no like really good reason why they died. Like they didn't do nothing to die, but tried to save somebody and fail or not fail and never see that person again. But at least Deku almost didn't English fail. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I don't know if my mic's gonna be good because I'm not using one. I'm just speaking into the phone. Well, speaking at the phone, so I don't know. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, Deku's born. We can time skip 4 years where we figure out Deku's quirk because I don't feel like dealing with that. Inko is still best mom Inko, but Deku is still, he still has his trauma. He's just not going to get over it because he got isekai'd. And the only reason he got isekai'd is because God kind of felt bad for him. He had a terrible life, but he still tried to save somebody, and he failed. So God said, well, since you tried saving somebody, let's just save the person that he tried to save by sending them to the same world, making them get to still live, instead of letting them, go where they're going to go, which was obviously going to be heaven. Like, where else is Deku going to go? But God is going to realize that he regrets that, and that's going to be like a whole arc of God regretting that. But anyway, Deku's quirk is a smoke quirk, basically. It's like a poison quirk. Like he emits poison from his hands, and then he can control it by like just moving his hands. But he can't breathe it in. That's the side effect. If he breathes it in, he won't die, but he will pass out. So he always has this mask, like the one that he has in the picture, but a lot less cooler looking. Like it's just a regular little face mask because he doesn't, have that yet because that's his villain suit, and that is Ares' villain suit. Anyway, continuing. But his poison is lethal. He can make it where he can not instant kill, but he can make it where it will enter somebody's body and slowly kill them. Like they won't realize it. It's basically like a undetected disease, and it'll just kill them. Or he can speed up the process and have it kill them in a matter of like 4 seconds, 5 minutes ish. Or he can like just knock them out and do that. And then he has another quirk that lets him set the smoke on fire. So he can basically just like pit a smoke ball and then set the smoke on fire and then send it at them, and it'll basically be like imagine wind being able to burn somebody. That's basically what it would be like. Anyway, still in the mood to record, just checking the time. Let me get something to drink. Did not think that far ahead. Anyway, what else do I need to happen? Alright. Deku, we can time skip to beginning of anime. But actually, let's have Deku still get bullied. But there's a slight difference. Deku, instead of trying to fight back like he did in his regular world, he just doesn't care and he just lets it happen. And Bakugo eventually gives up since he didn't get a reaction, but that already made Deku realize that even though he came to a different world, people are still the same, and the whole world just deserves to get rewritten by him. So his whole goal is to kill everybody and recreate the world in his perfect image. And that is possible. I'm not going to say how, but it is possible for Deku to do something to rewrite the world in his own image by going back in time. But I'm not going to say how. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, Deku is like super smart, and that's why he'll be able to make all this tech and stuff that will help him. But that's all I'm going to say for now on that subject. What else do I need to do? Let's time skip to the Sludge with an incident. I wanted something to happen. Deku, he realizes something about his quirk. He realizes that he can put the smoke in somebody's body, or in this case, the Sludge's body, and control their body by controlling the smoke while it's in their body. And that's like what he finds out. So he basically has a form of mind control in somebody's quirk, and he realizes that he can deactivate somebody's quirk, cancel somebody's quirk, and like make it where they can't use their quirk no more, or he can make their quirk go in like hyperdrive, where like they're using their quirk at a 10 times more powerful rate, which will damage their body if they can't handle it. And that's all I needed that to happen. Instead of doing the 10 months of training, he does like he starts working on tech and stuff, trying to figure out what all he can do and like what his abilities, and just practicing with his powers, going into the voids, and like this mind controlling with his smoke random animals. And that's all he's really doing. He ends up. Do I make a student from class 1A be a spy for him? Or should I make him a spy? Decisions. Because I'm not going to have him join the League of Villains. I'm going to have him make his own group. Like, and it's going to be him and Eri. And Crawler, I think was his name. The dude in the All Might suit. I don't know, I don't know nothing about that dude. I just know I seen somebody use him as a help for Deku in Villain What If, and I thought he was pretty cool. But like I don't know his quirk or nothing, so that's that. But anyway, what was I about to do? Yeah, he makes his little earpiece, that thing. He makes that because they didn't have that there, and it's basically just a Bluetooth headset. And he made another one, but he doesn't have nobody to give it to. No, I think I'm gonna make Kirish, or should I make? Okay, it's gonna be 2 spies because okay, 3 spies, just because I want 3. One of them is going to be, since I can't say his name, Mind Control dude. I know his name, I just can't say it. The other one is going to be Kirishima, and then the last one is going to be Todoroki. Only reason because Todoroki is because he's my favorite character, and like he's a center of like almost all my what ifs. So yeah, that's like one of them might be the ship, might not. I might do a regular ship for this what if. I haven't did one in a minute. But if I do, I don't know who it would be. Oh, and Eri is the same age as Deku. She's just like super short, so it makes her look like she's a little kid. Anyway, what do I want to like? How do I want Deku to meet all of them? Okay, so he meets Kirishima by defeating that villain that he ran into, not that giant dude that just wanted to find the police state, a robber bank. He meets Kirishima by doing that, but Kirishima actually runs up and thanks him for helping his friends. And Deku just says, "You owe me a favor." And Kirishima says, "What type of favor?" And Deku's like, "You want to become a hero, don't you?" And Kirishima's like, "Yeah, just a little bit, I guess." Hero, okay. And he's like, "Well, Deku says, have you heard of the hero Red Riot?" And Deku's like, I mean, Kirishima's like, yeah, I think I have one of his like old videos in my closet. And Deku's like, well, go watch it, and that's who I want. He says, that's what I want you to act like, and that's what I want you to aspire to be. And I need you to join UA, get in class 1A, and be a spy. And he's like, wait, you want me to be a spy in 1A? Are you? And then he's like, wait, you're a villain? And he's like, no, I'm a vigilante. I'm not a villain. And he like does a shy, awkward laugh, like, yeah, a vigilante. That's what I am. I'm not evil. And when he says I'm not evil, he gives like Kirishima the straight face, like he 100% believes that he's not evil. And Deku, he's not evil. He hasn't did nothing evil yet. He just needs information. So he set up one, like, so far he has one spy. And he already gathered the information on Kirishima by hacking and stuff, because, like, he just hacks for fun. Just throwing that out there. Didn't even, like, make that irrelevant that he learned how to hack in his old life, because he was a developer. Like, he wanted to code stuff and make games, so he learned how to hack. Just a part of learning how to make games and coding, you just pick up how to hack while doing it. Anyway, yeah, he learned how to hack, so he found information on Kirishima. Then he's like, who else can I get that has a decent quirk that could actually help me? And he starts looking at like quirks with like 2 abilities, like with more than 1 ability, and he runs across Todoroki, and he's like, he starts deep diving into Todoroki's past, and he realizes that Endeavor isn't a good like hero. And Deku, he decently liked Endeavor. He didn't like Endeavor, but he like that made him realize that the hero society is corrupt, and he's going to have to face that too. And that kind of makes him like more of a villain, but still a vigilante for now. And so he runs, like, he acts like he bumps into Todoroki while at the grocery store, and he says, I know that your dad's, he whispers in his ear and says, I know your dad is a villain, and I'm going to help you defeat him. Todoroki is, like, because Endeavor abused Todoroki 10 times more, and Todoroki knows that Dobby is, his brother, so he's like, he's like, okay. And he just, like, he's kind of skeptical. Like, he kind of doesn't want to, but Deku talks him into it. I don't know how Deku would. I don't have any plot. That's this plot armor. He just does. I don't have any, like, thing that I can do that would explain how Todoroki would say yes, but Todoroki says yes. And then he goes to the last person. A person with, like, the same type, well, not the same type, but the same ability that he has, the ability to mind control people with his quirk. And he finds, still can't say his name. He finds mind control dude, and he talks to him. Like, he doesn't talk to him, he writes it down on a piece of paper saying, I know your quirk, and I know that you were bullied for a villainous quirk. Let's prove them wrong, and, show them that you're not a villain, you're a vigilante. And Shinsho, he really didn't. I said his name, but I said it wrong, and it pisses me off. He realizes why not prove them wrong by not becoming a villain, but becoming something in the middle. So he still gets to do he still gets to complete his dream, but he gets to do it in his own way. And I went over my timer, and I'm kind of on a timer since I have to do more than 1 video. I just wanted to get that all out. So this is Shadow Master signing off. Y'all will see me, well, tomorrow, hopefully.